Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review on a new product, and it is the Maybelline Master Contour V V-Shape Duo Stick Contour and Highlight. Now this is available in the UK from Boots, from Superdrug, which is where I got it from, and I think you can get it on ASOS as well. And I think at the moment it's about $6.99. I got it on some deal, some offer. I'm not sure if it's available in the US, but I'm sure at some point it will be. Now to me this is kind of a follow-on from the Master Sculpt, which is the highlighting and contouring powder. And just like that one, FYI, this comes in a grand total of 2 shades. Light and medium. I got mine in medium. Can I just ask what Maybelline's problem is with women of colour? Like, you know what, we aren't all one shade, and there are other people out there other than the really, really fair. Why only come out with 2 shades? I mean, the same with this, because I've got it with me today, the Master Sculpt. I did a review on it when it first came out a couple of months ago, which I will link below, and even then I mentioned that this comes in medium dark, and then there is a light one, and that's it. Now the one that I got it in the contour stick is in the shade medium, and I do believe that there is one called light, and that's literally it. Now for reference, in MAC I'm an NC40 in the winter time, and then towards the summer I go more towards NC42. I do apologize if you can hear any noise from the street. I've got my windows open, it's pouring down with rain, and it's really humid, and I need to have my windows open. And I've got quite, even for a residential road, it's a very busy road, there's always cars driving up and down, so I'm sorry if you can hear any outside noise. Anyway, so I've used this once or twice, and the reason I'm looking kind of like one-dimensional right now is because I've done my eye makeup and I've done my lipstick, but I've not done my face, because I'm also going to be doing a demo with this to show you guys how it is. So it looks like this. It's like a little fat chubby pencil, and what it is it is split half and half. One side is the contour shade and one side is the highlight shade, and it is a cream contour highlighting stick. So basically the whole point of cream contouring is so that you can have a contour, add dimension, shape, narrow your face shape, change your face shape, but by using cream it makes it a lot more natural. When you use powder it's a little bit more unnatural. I personally prefer powder just because I personally like cream contouring, but in terms of how long sometimes it can take in the morning, I don't always have time to necessarily do that. But this one, I think I understand the concept. It's a good idea. I mean, to have a all-in-one sort of thing, and you just kind of twist it up at the bottom and then it grows. Now, as you can see, I've only used it once, and that was yesterday. And personally, I do think it's a very good product. It's a drugstore product, so it's not too expensive, especially for those of you that are just starting out with cream contouring, want to try it out for the first time, aren't too sure, don't want to spend a lot of money on something like Anastasia Beverly Hills, which costs a lot of money, and they just want something, a cheaper alternative. By all means, go for this. Now, my only concern with something like this is if you look in the middle, it's already kind of starting to smush together. So I'm just kind of thinking that the more I use this, at some point the contouring shade and the highlighting shade are kind of merged together. Correct me, what do you guys think? That is what's kind of what's going to happen, right? I don't know. Anyway, it is a very soft product. I'll just show you on my hand one side of each. So here are the 2 shades. I do like the color of the contouring shade. It's a brown, but it's like a taupey brown. So it's not a warm tone, it's not a cool tone, it's kind of something in between. And then the highlighting shade is a very pale creamy color. I have used this already once. The cream, as in the highlighting shade, is probably a couple of shades lighter than my own natural skin tone, so it does almost blend in completely into my foundation. But then I wear natural highlighter, I was about to say. I wear shimmery highlighter anyway, so it's up to you. What do you think? Whether you're a big fan of highlighting with cream products, I'm not really that big on it, and plus I prefer to have quite an obvious highlight. I really like my face to look like contour, highlight, bam bam in your face. We don't do natural makeup on this channel, I'm sure you guys already know. But the actual cream shade, the contouring shade, is really, really nice. I mean, not everybody wants a warm contour shade. Warm contour shade is not necessarily a natural sort of thing. Even though, again, makeup is not a natural sort of thing. However, the shade of this one lends to a more natural sort of shade. if that makes sense, because it's got a nice mixture of warm and cool mixed in. So when you apply it to your face and then you blend it in, it's not so obvious that, oh, she's got a clear, obvious, bronzy kind of look to the face. So in that terms, it's okay. I really like that it blends out really, really nicely. Just with my finger, you can see how nicely that just blended out right there. And then the same with this one. It's really, really soft, and you won't really have to work that hard with it. You can use your fingers if you choose to use your fingers, but I personally don't. And because it's quite easy to blend out, you can use a dense brush. You can also use a sponge, which I tend to use a sponge, just my personal preference. But some of the other contour shades, an example again is Anastasia Beverly Hills, because it's very, very thick. You can't really always use thick brushes. You definitely can't use your fingers to blend it in unless you've got like 10 hours to spend blending it all out. You have to use a beauty blender. So it's very, very soft, and I do like that about this. So overall, I would personally give this an 8 out of 10. It would have got more marks if there were more shades. Maybelline, you lot really need to sort yourselves out. This is a disgrace. You're a multinational company and you come out with 2 shades which are just geared towards the lighter end of the spectrum. No offense to my fair skin ladies, but you know what I'm saying. It's not fair, right? It's not fair. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a demo on my face and show you guys. Obviously, I've still got this, my stitches are still in. I've still got a scar and there's no makeup on it. So on this side of the face, you may see me struggling slightly to try and not get any makeup on it. But that doesn't mean I don't know what I'm doing. It's because I've got a scar on my face. Not even a scar. I've got a wound on my face, which is still in the middle of healing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the contouring shade. So on my own face, I tend to start at, here is the top of my ear. So I start about there. And then I place a line like that, not too thick, because this is a quite an easily blendable contouring shade. You will use it up quite a bit. I'm actually really feeling really hot right now. Like I just said, it's really humid, so I can feel it already melting into my face because my face is feeling really hot. I'm just going to shut up now and just let you guys watch what I'm doing. Might have been a good idea to take my nose stud out, right? Stupid. Now, contouring the head as well. I've actually got a small forehead. There's not really much point in me contouring my head a lot of the time. I do it more for uniformity so that my face doesn't just look flat in those areas. So I'm just going to do it quite lightly. You can see everywhere that I've placed it. You can see that I've placed it on my forehead. My forehead is actually darker than the rest of my face, so this one is almost not even showing up, which is a great disappointment, especially for my, like I said, my darker skin ladies. So here we go. See, as you can see, even the highlight on the cheeks is not as full on as you may like it to be, but that's fine because I will go over the top of it. This is how I personally do my highlighting and contouring with cream products anyway. But I look really attractive right now. Hey, Queen of Hearts. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the clean side of my Dirty Beauty blender, which I used to do my under eye concealer, and I'm going to start blending everything out. So the good thing about a beauty blender is it's got a conical shape at the top, which makes it easier to kind of work it into your face. Why am I using my left hand? I'm right-handed. And that is it. You see how quick that was? It is literally blended into my foundation, but you can see that it is still a little bit there, which is fine because obviously the whole point of this is that it blends into a natural finish. So that's all the contour blended out. So now I'm going to, what side shall I use? I just used the side which has already got concealer on it. I should have really used a clean beauty blender. I dropped my sponge doing that. Oh yeah, I forgot these bits, shame. So attractive. So that's it. So as you can maybe see, I've got very soft contour going on. Now, as my face has not been set by any powder, even my foundation I haven't set yet. I haven't put any other cheek products, or the only thing that I had on my face already was a foundation, which is Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and my Urban Decay Under Eye Concealer. So this is the finished product of how it would look by using this cream contouring product with the contour and the highlight to kind of give a very natural bit of dimension to the face. So now you can see that my face doesn't look so flat anymore. It's got a little bit more shape to it. My cheekbones are a little bit more defined, and I have got a very oval round face, and I've got a very small forehead as well. So I haven't managed to make my forehead kind of shrink into my hairline either. So in terms of the demo and the purposes of this video, this is all complete now. But just seeing as you guys are here, and obviously I'm sure you want to see what I'm going to do with the rest of my face, let's just carry on. So obviously I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Sculpt in the shade Medium Dark, and this is the contouring palette, the powder contour palette. Like I said, I will link my review video to that below. So I'm going to now set my contour, my cream contour, with this contouring shade right here, which just like that one is a very kind of taupey brown. So it's really nice for those of you that don't like that bronzy type of contour. And I'm just using my Sigma large angled contour F40 brush. So literally go over it, and now all of a sudden you can see, whoa, that contour is really coming through. But I am very lightly setting it, but I do like to have a little bit more of an unnatural, more obvious sort of contour. Maybe not so much unnatural because I'm not a drag queen, but I like it to be a little bit more obvious than a cream contour can do. My hair is very bouffant right now because I've just washed it and dried it, which is why I'm having to move it because it's actually just getting in my way. This bit is optional, it's just to define your jaw if you want to. I'm honestly just doing it for the purpose of this video. I don't really define my jaw. I don't need to. That is no way me bragging. That's just my face, the way my face is. If you find that you have a little bit more fluff and pudge down here, by all means contour this area, because it will help to reduce the area. Now to tidy up and cut my contour a little bit more, because obviously that Sigma brush is quite fat, I am going to use my Mercier Translucent setting powder and the Morphe M459 brush, which is a very chiseled and dense brush. And I am going to cut my contour. I don't really see this as baking as such because I don't really leave it on long enough, I would say, to consider it baking. I am wearing black trousers, so I've already made a mess of myself, to be honest. Using translucent powders that get everywhere and wearing black clothes is just not smart. And then what I tend to do is I go back in with the same brush with no product on it, just because using a brush like that Morphe one will make a very obvious line. That is not a natural contour. And you don't want, as much as you want a sharp contour, there's a limit to how sharp it should look without you looking blatantly like you've got too much makeup on. Now I'm just going to set the rest of my face with my usual MAC Studio Fix Powder Foundation and my Sigma Large Powder F30 brush. Powder on my hands, because I haven't actually set my foundation. I'm just going to do this quite lightly, because most of my face obviously has other products on it. Now for blush, I'm going to use MAC's Adobe Brick from the Vibe Tribe collection. And it is a very vibrant red, so this is what you need to be doing before you put it on. Literally tap it in and then, oh, I keep dropping things today. Very lightly blushing it on. Blushing it on. Okay, that's a new one. Blushing it on. And now to finish off my face, obviously I have to highlight. So I'm going to be using Becca's Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. And I am using a Morphe M501 brush to apply it. Now I would normally apply it to my Cupid's bow, but I've already got lipstick on, duh. So that was a bit silly of me. And then I just go back in with that same big brush and just, oh, there's a hair, tidy it up a bit. Does this freak some of you lot out? Oh, I got lipstick on my teeth. Was that there the whole video? Oh, never mind. So that is the completed look. As you can see, nicely contoured, not too obvious, but obvious enough to see that my face shape has suddenly transformed. I've got a bit more dimension, and then the colour, and then the highlight, and that, of course, we are all done. So that is my review and demo of the brand new Maybelline Master Contour V contour and highlighting duo stick, along with a bunch of other stuff as well, of course. I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you've got any comments or questions. I hope you guys are all great. If you're wondering, my t-shirt, Queen of Hearts, let me just stand up for you. Here we go. And then there's a little joker on the side. And that is a recent purchase from where? You guys already know. It's from Uniqlo. I got it recently. I love it. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.